Quilters, Ellie the Quilter here. Guess what? I hurt myself quilting. No, I did not slice my finger on a rotary cutter. I did not sew my fingers through the sewing machine. I know that happens a lot, but that is not the injury that I'm talking about. I want to share with you today what I did and how you can avoid it. All right, so the big question, what did I do? I have some repetitive movement injuries from all of the years I have spent looking down and sewing or designing quilt patterns or typing on a computer, doing stuff on social media, looking down at my phone. If you don't know, your head weighs a lot. And so if you're constantly looking down, you're putting extra strain on these muscles here. So what we're seeing a lot nowadays in teenagers or young 20s kids is they are having a lot of issues with this area right below your neck, right where it meets the shoulders. You'll see that some young kids, even my own daughters, have a little bit of a hump there. And so they're calling that text neck. So in my day when I was growing up, it was Nintendo thumbs. Everybody was doing this when video games first came out. And yeah, some people probably still have a little bit of that if they're doing a lot of gaming, but the vast majority of our society now has smartphones, or they are on a laptop, or they are sitting and looking down at something on a desk for a large part of their day for work. So we're ending up with some repetitive injuries. So the way that this manifested was I was having a whole lot of migraines. I was having a really sore neck. I'd wake up in the middle of the night with a sore neck or a migraine. I would have a lot of tenderness, soreness, even numbness and tingling in this area. And then also sometimes even going down into my shoulders and my arms. And when you quilt as much as I do, and you're looking down a lot, it's just making the problem worse and worse. So my doctor sent me to physical therapy, and I wanted to share with you some of the general stretches or movements that you can do that might help you out with some of that problem. Now, I will add the caveat that I am not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physical therapist. This all comes from my personal physical therapist who said that these are good general stretches for anyone who is doing that kind of work. It's not anything that is very specific to me and the issues that I'm having. It's just good overall movement and stretching practices. So to start with, you're going to want to make your area as ergo-friendly as you can. So make sure that you're sitting in a good chair, you have good lumbar support, you are able to sit with your feet flat on the ground, you're not constantly looking down and having to lean over into something to look at something. You want it to be as close to eye level as you can. Maybe you need to raise up your computer monitor or something like that. The other thing, if that hasn't helped with any of that, there's tons of videos on ergonomic workspaces, but if that hasn't helped, you also need to remember to get up and move and stretch. So for quilters, I know a lot of times I can sit for hours. I can watch a couple of movies. So that's 3 to 4 hours long that I'm sitting there and I'm just chain stitching or looking down at something, and I have got to stop doing that. That's a bad practice. Definitely get up, stretch, move your hips, stretch your back a little bit. We're not trying to pop anything. We're not trying to have any big movements. We're just trying to generally stretch, move our body. Going for walks, even 10 minutes a day. Or I live upstairs pretty much in my quilting loft and in this business room. And so I need to go downstairs, go up and down the stairs a couple of times, go walk around the neighborhood, go walk to get my mail, just walk around downstairs a little bit. And just take more frequent breaks. That's going to help a lot. Then there's actual stretching that he wants me to start doing. And I've noticed even just in the last couple of weeks that I've been doing this, it has been helping a lot. And I didn't think that it would, but it actually is helping a lot. So the first thing that he said is just to sit up straight, and you can let your arms hang down by your side and start with some shoulder rolls. So you want to do 10 going forward and 10 going back. You don't want to tense up your neck, tense up your shoulders. We're just doing a light movement, 10 forward, 10 back. Then you're gonna want to lean your head to one side. So you're gonna do like your ear to your shoulder kind of thing, and just gently, just finger pressure like this. And you're gonna feel this all into this area. This gets very tense for me, and I think this is where a lot of my migraines is coming from, is I'm not stretching this muscle and I'm constantly looking down, and so this gets really sore. So do that for 30 seconds and then come up, and then you're gonna do the other side. So just look this way, and you're gonna do ear to shoulder, stretching like this for 30 seconds. Don't push really hard on this, just like even just finger pressure. Do that for 30 seconds. You're gonna feel that all down on this side. You can tell I don't have a lot of movement this way. This is very sore for me. And then look up. The next one, you're gonna wanna look to the side and then look down. So you're basically looking at your armpit. And again, if you wanna add a little bit of pressure here with your fingers, and you're gonna feel that all along here in the back again. Do that for 30 seconds, look up, and then come back to center. And then do the other side, look down at your armpit, hold that for 30 seconds. You can even add some pressure here with your fingers. And then up and come back to center. So those are the ones that you're gonna do seated. There's one more that's standing, and I'm gonna move over to a doorway to show you what that is. All right, so we are in a doorway now. We're going to raise our hands to where our elbows are kind of at a 90-degree angle here, and we're gonna hold on to this. We're gonna stand just on this side of the doorway, and we're going to just hold it like this, and we're just gonna lean forward a little bit. So we're kind of pinching our shoulder blades together. While we're doing that, you're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Don't look down, don't look up. You want your head to be neutral and just looking straight forward. And this is going to stretch all of this area in here that we end up hunching and looking down at our sewing machine. It's gonna help with all of that. So those are all the basic stretches that I've been doing. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. It's actually really improving. When I went in earlier today, he said I did have a lot more movement than I did have at first. But go gently, don't force yourself. The goal of this year, I think for me, is just to remind myself to get up and take more breaks. Don't keep pushing through things, to listen to my body. So if I need to get up and stretch, to walk, to ice, even if I need to do that, to listen to my body and go ahead and do that. I don't want to make any problems worse. So I will be sure to update you with how that goes. In the meantime, I hope this really helps you.